Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Invicta Specs with John the Phone Guy. And today we have one of the newer options out here in the Bolt Zeus Magnum, which is the Anatomic. This is considered the clear black, clear case, obviously black bezel. This model number is 29995, and it's a standard 52 millimeter Anatomic Magnum. Quickly want to talk about what an anatomic is, according to what I looked up on the internet, so hopefully they're right. From watching enough of these, I believe this is pretty accurate. A case made of a clear or opaque material. Polycarbonate is the most often used because of its strong, tough material, and it is temperature and impact resistant. So this is a polycarbonate plastic, synthetic plastic material. So it holds up to impacts and temperature. So the amazing thing about this, and I've done a few magnums, of course, with the bracelet. It's going to be lighter, but this clear plastic, it's amazing how much lighter this watch is. So it actually has a TMI, which is a VD53 on the main dial, and then it has the PC10 on the little mini sub dial. Sorry, there we go, right there. And as you can tell, it's got sort of like a little etched kind of pattern in it. And this has like I'm not really sure, it's kind of indented squares, and then it's got like a rough finish up here. It is 100 meters water resistant, so it is, you can swim in it, you can probably snorkel. I probably wouldn't dive in it. It is screw down on the crown but not on the function pushers, and that is, so we'll start this. Your chronograph is running down here, and then you've got a 60-minute timer in coordination with that. So we'll stop, reset this guy. It also has a 24-hour marker. If you can get this guy out of the way, show you right there. So obviously 24 would be midnight, so we're at 21, which is 9 o'clock. Yeah, we'll set this guy back right there. So that kind of helps you know whether you have it set correctly as far as date advancement. Sometimes you're not really sure until you just spin the thing all the way around. So this kind of gives you an idea on your 24-hour scale. So that's nice to have. The movement resets, if I have this correct, just pull it out, push everything down. Okay, now it's in reset mode. And then you could step it through all the way. And then obviously what you would do to adjust the 60-minute is when we're done here, get this guy up here, right there. Push this guy in so we can get the second hand out of the way. So you would hit the B button, which would then change to this dial here, and then you would do the same motion of stepping it through should these come out of alignment. Generally they're not. I have seen one of the watches I just recently did, the chronograph was out of sync with its lineup, and it's probably because the battery had been dead for a little while and I just didn't notice it. So good thing to know, if for some reason, this thing goes south on you from a battery perspective, you can always adjust all of that. So, you know, all your goodness on the back. Flame Fusion Crystal, we've talked about quite a bit, which is a chemical mix between sapphire and mineral glass, which gives you, sapphire is your hardness for scratch resistance, mineral is your impact resistance, so it has a little bit of give to it, and that's on both of these. It has the Flame Fusion, and then obviously the model number down there, water resistance, you know, so on and so forth. The keepers on this is a silicone band. It's quite comfortable, and they do a pretty good job of holding on. So before I get too far ahead here, we'll pull our calipers out, and so we're looking at 52.5 and 20, which is about 8/10, a little over 3/4 of an inch. The strap looks like it's, call it, yeah, 25, 26 right through here, pretty much the same. Of course it fattens out a little bit, but you know, pretty comfortable. The amazing thing is going to be the weight on this. It is truly shocking almost to see how light this is. That's 6 ounces, which is pretty close to half of a full stainless bracelet model of a Magnum. So from a weight, comfort, this would be, I would say, if you were interested in going into a bigger size watch and you just hadn't, you know, stepped into it yet, I would say an Anatomic would be the way to go, because what you can do is you can get used to the size from a physical, you know, on your wrist without getting, you know, weighed down by the overwhelming, you know, almost 3/4 of a pound. So this makes for a really good step in, and it is a very comfortable. I mean, the silicone and everything, as you can see, the lug system tapers really well on the wrist. So it's my first Anatomic in the Magnum series, just came out recently, and I have to say, there are people who don't care for it. I understand some of their reasoning, but for me, I like it, and I like the look of it. So there we have it. As always, if you find this video or any of my others interesting and informative, please subscribe below. Shout outs to Trap Vision 3D and Invicta Lifestyles on YouTube, and Shop HQ is where we buy most of our watches. Also, Invictastores.com has a pretty good selection, and their yellow tag sales have some really great prices. Also, Facebook mentions of Invictaholics, InvictaVets, and Invictacruisers. And as always, like I say, if you enjoy any of these and you want to see more, please subscribe below. And always enjoy your Invicta watches, and I hope to see you next time on Invicta Specs. Take care.